First of all, thank you very much, Dr. Goodall, for taking the time for this interview. I very appreciate it. I would like to know, where did all this story of yours start?
My story, I suppose, started when I was born. I was born loving animals. And the magic thing was I had an amazing mother. And she supported my childhood love of animals from the age of 1.5, when she found I'd taken a whole lot of earthworms to bed with me. And then when I was 4.5 and I vanished for over 4 hours because I wanted to see where on earth did an egg come out of a hen. I was collecting hen's eggs and, where was the hole? And she got books about animals for me, thought I'd learn to read more quickly. And so for the whole of my childhood, she supported this love of animals.
How did your mom decide to follow you when you finally left for Africa?
Well, the thing was that I had saved up and got to Africa when I was invited out there by a school friend, and I met the late Louis Leakey, a paleontologist, and he offered me this amazing opportunity to study chimpanzees in the wild. But it took him a year to get the money. I mean, I had no degree. Who was going to give money for this young, untrained girl to go out into the middle of nowhere? And finally he got money for 6 months from an American businessman. And then the British authorities said, no, we won't take responsibility, this is ridiculous. But finally they agreed, all right, if she brings a companion. And so my mother volunteered to be that companion. So for 4 of the 6 months, she came.
And how did you, when you were a young woman with this dream of yours to go to Africa and be close to the animals, where did you find the courage to work hard to save the money and to keep faith that you were going to realize this dream of yours?
It wasn't really courage or anything. It was just, I read Tarzan of the Apes, fell in love with Tarzan, was very jealous when he married the wrong Jane. So I decided I would go to Africa, live with animals, and write books about them. I wasn't planning to be a scientist, just, and I wouldn't have dreamed of chimpanzees. They were much too exotic. I would have studied any animal to be out in the bush.
And then once you were in Africa and following your dream, how did you feel as a young woman? I think you were 24?
23 when I first arrived, yeah.
So how did you feel as a young woman starting off in this unknown land and to discover?
Well, the fact that I was a woman played no part. My family had never, it was the fact that I was a girl made no difference to them. I know that other people said, a girl, girls don't do this sort of thing, but my family wasn't like that. So it didn't enter my head that there was something I couldn't do just because I was a female. So, I had a lucky background.
A good support.
And good support.
If you had an advice to give young women in the finding of their dreams or the development of their projects, what would you give them?
The same advice as my mother gave to me, that I just said, if you really want something, you're going to have to work really hard, take advantage of opportunity, and never give up. That's the advice I give to people, not just women, but everybody. And the letters I get from young people and the people I meet who say to me, you taught me that because you did it, I can do it too. And that to me is, one of the best sort of thank yous for my life I could ever have.